Hello, welcome to my cake kitchen. I'm Gladys, and over here I make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate cake decorating easily. And today we're just making simple oat and banana muffins that does not have processed sugar, and it's super wholesome, full of fiber. I'm gonna make some adaptation. It's a recipe I tried first on this channel already on a live that has been clipped into long form with so much details for you to learn the basics of trying a new recipe, and the results are great. Very wholesome. I am just trying to introduce some fiber into my diet and into my family life. So some savory muffins. They are not super sweet, they're great, but the original recipe utilized some dark maple syrup. I have since tried a few different variations of the same recipe, and this time I'm just introducing oats. It is part of what would be what I call a test recipe. Test recipes are just the basis where you try different things to come up with something that is great for you. Now, why can't I just pick a new recipe online and just try it? Well, because I'm curious, and I like adapting recipes to my own preferences. It is the joy of baking and also the passion that drives what I do. So this is more to indulge myself, but it's a little past 10 p.m. UK time, and I'm stood here in my home kitchen. It's been a great day. Thank you for all the support. It's just going to be a straightforward video where we talk through all of these ingredients and stuff here. I'm not going to labor the point because the original recipe I have already done that. That's not too long ago, a couple of days ago. So if you check the live format, you'll see that video up there. And like I said, I clicked it from a video that would perhaps date back, I think, a week ago from now. So all of that are already on the channel, so I am not going to labor the point, and I hope you still find value. This is also a chance to just chit chat, catch up, because most of the time my baking is task centered and very subject focused. As a result, I find out that it limits the way I can interact with you guys, especially when I don't have the moderators app on the channel. And I've gone back and I've looked up some of my chats and the information in the chat, and I realized that more often than not, people are trying to talk to me when I am deep into doing what I'm doing, and I've not been able to be very responsive. So this is just a moment to relax, catch up. I hope you've had a good day. If you are in the UK, good evening, but wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good night. Great to have you, and thanks as always for the support. So we're going to start by, I have measured the ingredients and everything else. I am going to leave all that information in the description box when I come to it. There is Norman, there is Nitrida, Nitrida. Is it maybe I got it right. Bring me back. What does that mean? Anyway, there is Anaconda. Norman. Hello, all 17 of you there. I know there are quiet watchers as well. So I'm going to preheat my oven here to 170 degrees C. There is Lily flour. Okay, flour. I am making some oats. They are oat chocolate muffins. Essentially, I am making some chocolate muffins, except I am going to be using cupcake cases. But the recipe is very muffin based. The difference between muffins and cupcakes is the ingredients, the ratio of oil and moisture, and the texture. Muffins tend to be a little less sweet and are denser and rough in texture, whereas cupcakes, depending on recipe, is very light, takes the form of cake, and is very delicate. So I'm making some chocolate oats muffins, but instead of using refined sugar, in the past, like I said, I have used dark maple syrup, but I'm not using any refined sugar whatsoever. I am just going to replace the sugar with dates. Now, I should say it doesn't necessarily sweeten the the muffin as it should. Say if I used it in a recipe such as sticky toffee pudding, right? It doesn't, dates on their own are very sweet, right? And these are medjool dates. Medjool dates are a very common type of date that come very sticky. They are very large. They are nice with a really nice texture. You can eat them by themselves. A little sort of slightly crunchy on the outside, soft and gooey, nice. In sticky toffee dates, oh my god, I made that recipe. You want to check it out? We had so much fun. It's well, let me not go back there because after eating that pudding, it's taking me a few days to recover. Delaney is in the chat. Delaney, darling, it's been a long time. You feel like a stranger now. I wouldn't know you in these streets, but how are you? Great to have you. So, like I said, it's already late. This is testing something. So let's just jump to it and not labor the point. Yes, lily flour. Yes, we're using dates. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to mix the wet ingredients. Over here I have dates. So what I did with the dates is I chopped them into small pieces, soak them in warm water, and in the warm water I added about 5 grams of coffee, a full tablespoon. What the coffee does is it enhances the flavor of the chocolate over here, but adding them to the so adding soda bicarbonate also intensifies the dates over there. So that is just that. I have added some vanilla here, and then I'm gonna add some oil. This is kind of a very weird recipe. When I first made it, I didn't think it would come together, and then it did. What's Delaney saying? I know, Delaney, I missed you too. I missed you too. You know what? It's just that I have come to realize that I'm talking to my moderator over here. Delaney, she is super helpful, but she has been busy a little while now. So we haven't had much of her in recent times, but we love Delaney. Delaney, we missed you too over here. And it's been a lot lately, hasn't it? Great to hear from you, and great to know you are doing well. So I think I was also saying that even though there are no refined sugar in this muffins, the dates does not tend to sweeten it at all. And when I first made this recipe, it turned out great. And the person that I was thinking about, I'll come to that in a minute. I was thinking about my son who likes a nice chocolate cake, but I was worried he was not going to like it because it didn't come off as a very sweet recipe at all, because I thought, oh, if I substituted the processed sugar bits with some wholesome stuff like the maple syrup, reducing the processed sugar because I wanted to make it all healthy and wholesome, then he would probably not like it, because I didn't know what to expect. And I'm talking about when I first tried this recipe, I didn't know what to expect at all. So that was my concern, because he's a kid, he loves chocolate, and I was like, damn, will he like this? And guess what my surprise was? The boy knows no different. All he cares about is, I've just added the banana. By the way, like I said, I'll leave all the information in the description box for you. Expert Thief Gaming, right? So guess what? He loved it. And the trick that worked for me was that let me just stir this quickly. The trick that worked for me was that even though I wanted to make it wholesome, I was willing to compromise just a little bit for his sake. So for him, he wanted a a little bit of chocolate Nutella. So when I derive, I'm just adding a bit of buttermilk here. This is just, we're just having an easy time here today, yeah? Because when we come to proper baking, you'll see, we get really serious here, right? So I was open to a compromise with him, because I would rather he has some form of fiber and healthy bits, but I didn't want to put him off. And guess what worked for me when I tried it? He wanted to have a bit of Nutella spread on his cupcake. So we have savory breakfast in the morning, just so that he has fiber and energy, if you like. But the good thing is that I'm happy to compromise by just adding a little bit of Nutella spread. So when I make the cupcakes, I leave them to cool. They come, I call it cupcakes, muffins. I leave them to cool, and then when morning comes, I take one, cut it into two, and just spread a little. I mean, it's not that big, so I have a little spread of chocolate spread, Nutella on it. Serve him breakfast, and great, he goes. So I'm just trying to find healthy ways to introduce some better breakfast options that will keep him energized in the morning. So I haven't been I don't suppose, bear with me, I don't suppose I'm doing anything original here, I mean, but just trying my best to introduce some healthy meal options is essentially the goal here, if you like. Yeah. So yeah, we've made the batter. I think there was someone asking me a question over there. I am making some muffins, some healthy gluten-free oats and banana muffins. So if you're asking, I'm just making some muffins here. There we are. And this will bake quickly anyway. So I have, last time I made 15. So let's see how many this will derive. They're rather simple to put together. Anyway, if you're in the chat, where are you joining us from today? And if it's your first time here, hello, welcome to the channel. And like Delaney, if you've been here with us, thank you for supporting us. We appreciate you for being here. Delaney, we need to catch up properly because it's been a lot, hasn't it? So I'm just spooning the chocolate into these things here. This time I have about 18, but let's see how many I can make up. In the end, it's like the kid just wants chocolate. It doesn't matter what. Anything, chocolate and anything is healthy for him, isn't it? Right, let's see. Right. And let's see if we can make another couple here. This will not be my last time for making these. I'll probably be back sometime to make them, and that should be exciting. Gosh. Okay, I think last time we made 15, and yeah, this time we made just about the same. So the recipe details and quantity remains the same. Nothing is changed. Let's see, let me just, yeah, nothing is changed, same. Okay, so yeah, let's rid of this. And yeah, let me move this. Okay, now let's get this in the oven at 165 degrees C for 20 minutes. So let's have a look at the time. It's exactly 31 past 10 p.m. So about 10 to 11 p.m. we'll get these sorted. So the countdown continues. Yes, Eleanor, yes, they are chocolate muffins, but they are made from oats flour that I milled myself. And there is no refined sugar here. I replaced the sugar element with some dates, and I wanted to add maple syrup, but I didn't in the end. So we have there's no refined sugars at all, and it's kind of a wholesome sort of. It's, if you're used to eating full on sugar, and you know what, if it's the first time you see me here, right? Don't be fooled. We like sugar here. We do sugar. Okay? Have you seen any of our videos? I think not my most recent video, on my most recent live. Oh, did you see that sticky toffee pudding? We do sugar here, okay? But this is like this is a necessity in my life, for good reason, because I am trying to encourage my little guy on fiber and some healthy breakfast option. That's all. So this is not for everybody, and I have already created the same recipe. It's already up on the channel, but it's Monday. We all caught Monday blues. How's your Monday been? If you're in the chat, let us know about your Monday. What's the time wherever you are? First of all, where are you joining us from? What's the time wherever you are? And if it's still Monday wherever you are, because I know some people join us from different parts of the world. Right. So yeah, you hate Mondays. Oh, honey, Elena, tell us about why you hate Mondays. You'd be surprised you're not alone. I mean, I don't. I can relate to that feeling. I don't anymore. Any day of the week could be any day that I could hate, possibly, but I don't feel that way anymore generally. But Chris, okay, Hackney. Chris from Hackney. Chris, how are you? I hope you had a good day. How is Hackney? Busy? And have you had a good day? Yeah, Eleanor hates Mondays. Elena, tell us about your Monday experience today. Let's just stick with today. And where are you joining us from? And what's your Monday experience? My Monday today hasn't been a lot, but it's felt a bit tiresome. You know, when you have things to achieve and you wake up and all you want to do is sleep. I don't know. Maybe I'm showing my age, but I need a nap. I need a nap in the afternoons to function. Who can relate? And yeah, that was me today. Like Eleanor. Oh shoot, it's 11:35. Yeah, okay, Eleanor. Eleanor, it's 11:35 p.m. Yes. Oh, okay. So I take it you're not in the UK because it's 10:35 here. All right, Eleanor. Good night, and hopefully Tuesday is better for you. Okay, right? Chris from Hackney. Well, for me, Monday, like I said, I I had quite a bit to do this morning. My day started at 6 o'clock, and yeah, by 12 o'clock I felt like I couldn't function. So I tried to do my exercise and stuff, but no, I just needed a nap. Okay, so Monday hasn't been much, a bit boring if you like. But Eleanor, okay, good night, and take care. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully Tuesday is better for you. For those of you who are still having Monday blues, hopefully you'll feel a lot better. I think in one of my lives recently, I think a lady came by, and she has still stuck with me because I went back to the chat. Was it the day we were doing the sticky toffee pudding? Yes, it was a busy. I was kind of generally distracted by the business of the kitchen that day, and I was making a sticky toffee pudding, and yeah, I think she's lady lately 4040. If she happens to come by this live, yes, she was trying to find out some information about how she could start her cottage bakery, and the backstory of it is, of her interest was that she's always loved baking. She'd baked for 40 years, and she'd recently experienced a loss, and her happy place is baking, and she wants to develop that into a business. I wish I could have helped her more. Unfortunately, because she was in America, their cottage and food regulations laws differ generally from the UK one, so I couldn't give her as much helpful information about how she can start from point A to point B. But I'm only bringing that to say I'm thinking about her, and I hope if she chances onto this live, she recognizes that I went back to her message. I did say I was going to respond to her, and I did. I posted, I recommended a channel that I thought is American based. It's another creator who actually brings up-to-date information about baking on her channel, and I recommended her to check that channel out. I've posted that information for her, so I really hope that she found that useful. But otherwise, if you're just joining us and you're wondering what I am doing, I am making some muffins. The muffins are baking. We're probably about 10-15 minutes out, and once we finish baking, we're out of it here essentially. But if you're in the chat, welcome, and great to have you. I want to make myself a cup of tea. I feel like my mouth is a bit dry. 10 p.m. UK time, and I'm still stood in my kitchen. It's like, what exactly am I doing? Let's see. All right, let's boil the kettle. Oh no. Okay, right. So we can do some tidying whilst we try to boil the kettle. Yeah. Right. Charles Brown. Charles Brown, thank you. That seems like a well I don't know what to make of that, but thanks by the way. Where are you joining us from? So beautiful, is so demure. Okay, I'm just making myself a cup of tea. Oh, who drinks a cup of tea? Well, forget I ran on coffee. I don't like coffee. Okay, that's false advertisement. Okay, I like tea. We're drinking tea. Oh yeah, you You're a Yorkshire girl. Yeah, Yorkshire tea. Don't go to sleep on Yorkshire tea. I love Yorkshire tea, but it's is it Yorkshire Gold? It's so strong for me. So yeah, I am a cheap Tetley's girl. I tell you a story about tea, right? Okay, Charles. Charles is from California. Okay, how is the weather there? I hope you are not affected by the hurricane. But yes, Chris, everyone is hungry after weekend. Yep. And everyone needs something. Everybody is like a busy. Yeah. After you spend the weekend going round, buzzing. Monday comes and you have to go and get it together. So yeah, the Monday feeling, especially if you're in corporate or a routine 9 to 5, can be a bit scary. I remember a time in my life when Sunday night was so angst-inducing for me, because waking up Monday morning to go to that place that I really didn't care for anymore used to kind of leave me feeling. But these days it's like, I don't notice. Every day is just okay, you know. As long as the morning comes, we have breath, we have life, we're hopeful, you know. You're just grateful, and you keep it moving. So yes, but yeah, talking about tea, I'm a cheap Tetley's girl. And yeah, the story about the tea. There was a time in my life where we went for I went for afternoon tea, posh afternoon tea somewhere. It's actually the Hilton, right? Hilton has these afternoon tea sessions, and it was it's, I think it was the Birmingham. There's a few. I used to go. I've been to a few, so I can't. Yeah, I think it's in Birmingham. Is it Hilton Metropole? And gosh, it was the first time I questioned which part of the world I existed when it came to drinking tea. I have never seen or known such a collection of tea in my life, in a posh packaging. It's like this briefcase, right? It's a custom created briefcase that has pockets in it, and the pockets has so many different tea, and we're talking loose tea, exotic tea, flavored tea, all of these, and fancy being served all this posh spread of sandwiches, hot scone with clotted cream, and then this spread of fancy tea, and all I could think about was, can I have Tetley's? They must have thought, who is this uncultured person? It has never left me. But yeah, I like what do you call it? I like my Tetley's tea. And Charles says always sunny and beautiful in Venice, California. Okay, right, so lovely. I hope you are enjoying the weather in Venice, California. What's the time over there? I'm curious. I kind of keep asking all the time my American audience, because I find the kind of time difference a little bit curious and exciting at the same time. Yeah, green tea with. Oh, Chris, are you for the health stuff? I love. You know what? Yes, I have had. Well, I do like a healthy cup of healthy tea. So whether it's green tea, is ginger tea, but I struggle with keeping it as routine, if you like. So perhaps say if I go through a whole week of just not looking after myself, and I still have things to do, and then I need to keep a little more energized, you'll find a week or two where I will consistently make sure I have thyme tea, as in home milled thyme, like dry thyme tea, clove tea, fresh ginger tea, fresh lemon tea. But after I feel a lot better, I'm like, can we go back to life again and drink unhealthy stuff? So yeah, green tea with a splash of lemon. Yeah, a quiet taste if you like, but healthy for you. And it's 2:46 p.m. So let's see, 2:46. So it's 10:46 here. So is there an 8-hour time difference? Ooh, okay, that's different. Okay. So Charles is a coffee person. Yeah, you're American. I'd be surprised if you liked anything else. Now, that's not me being stereotypical, but most Americans love coffee, right? And they mock our sort of instant coffee because you guys have your brewed coffee, as in the coffee beans and stuff like that. It's interesting to notice sort of the cultural nuances and preferences. Okay, you're Belizean. Okay, from Belize, I imagine. Okay, great though. Great to have you. I'm sorry for the assumption. Okay, but yeah, this cup was a gift anyway. So I ran on coffee is false advertisement. I don't like coffee because it's bitter. But yeah, maybe Starbucks coffee, which is just not great, not healthy. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a Starbucks coffee, but no, I'm not a coffee person. But yeah, okay. Nice to have you here though, Charles. Great to have you. Can someone tell me about is it someone was telling me about, is it cold ice? No. Sweet, is it sweet tea or something like that? Is that a thing where it's in a bottle and then you pour it on ice? Oh yes, Chris. Oh, come on. I would too. We get, you know what? I'm sending you some virtual high five over there, honey. Okay? Me too. Lovely. Anna, hello. Oh, Anna says, we only drink hot water. I was a tea person, but in the last years, you know what, Anna? Come to think about it, you know, when you listen to all these health based people, right? They'll tell you to drink water when you wake up. I don't do cold water. When I drink cold water, I remember to try to hydrate. Drinking water doesn't come natural to me. I could drink tea periodically in the day. So let's say, give or take, every 3 to 4 hours, I'll drink a cup of tea. I'm good. At this point, I think I really can't do without tea. But when I wake up in the morning, I like me a cup of hot water. Like we're talking this. So what I do is I just boil the kettle, lukewarm, and then I fill this, and this is my morning water, and it helps. I think it helps to just keep hydrated, but England is cold, isn't it? So it's not so encouraging to drink water, Anna, right? I would love to say I drink water, but Canary King. Oh, you from New York. Hi, join the chat. We're talking water, hydration, tea, coffee, and the new friends in the chat are Chris from Hackney here in the UK. There is Anna in the chat, and there is Charles. Charles, our Belizean friend, based in California, who is joining us with his opinions and compliments. It's exciting to have all of you. No, most of the time, I don't get to stand and chat to you. So it's nice when I do, actually. So, Chris, warm water with a splash of lemon. Yes, apparently, isn't that so detoxing, Chris? Right? So, when I find that when I do that, whether it's thyme tea or cloves tea or fresh ginger tea, fresh lemon tea, whatever I do, if I have that splash of fresh water in the morning, by 11 o'clock I am hungry. But if I skip the water, I probably go without breakfast. Am I the odd one for being like that? Oh, yes. Oh, Anna is in the Netherlands. Okay, so the cold Europe people gather here. The New Yorkers and Californians, stay over there in your warmth, and we will send you God's grace. Send us some sunshine, okay? Charles and Canary, send us some sunshine. Be kind people, share the sunshine. For those of us in Europe out here, we are cold, honey. I have known people to actually have a squirt of lemon in a cup of tea. And am I the odd one for wanting my tea bag in my tea? Right. Chris, you and I have a lot in common. I could skip breakfast, and yes, between 1 and 3 p.m. I don't know if I am intentionally or unintentionally practicing intermittent fasting, but I just am not a breakfast person. Like literally sitting there having breakfast in the morning is not my gig at all. Is that supposed to be healthy? Because all this misinformation about what you should do and not do. Look, for those of you who have insights in the chat, let's hear it, okay? We're all sharing. Canary King. Oh, it's getting cold in New York, and it was okay. So Canary, well, Charles Charles, you've won the weather lottery, isn't it? But let's not speak too soon, because the California fires. Chris, can I tell you my lunch? My lunch involves no, tell a lie. No, actually, you will normally find me at lunchtime over here. So whatever I'm doing in the kitchen is my lunch, and half of the time it's not good. It's a slice of cake. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. Well, Charles, don't rub it in. Charles, be kind. I'm kidding, right? Charles is trying to let us know he won the weather lottery, okay? We don't put milk in the tea. When I was a child visit. Okay, let's see. Bye. Okay. We like to have a laugh over here. And it's important that we keep it respectful and cute. So anybody shows up and try to disrupt the flow, we'll kick them out of the chat. Okay, we get some colder weather. Oh, okay, and then it's summer. Oh wow, I didn't know that. That is something new I've just learned. Okay, let's go check out the. Okay, let's see. People, I have surprised myself. I have surprised myself. I have surprised myself. The muffins, they look amazing. Can you see? They look amazing. Chris, if you this with these with a nice green tea will be lovely, because you know what, they are made without any refined sugar at all. The flour is oats flour. I milled it myself from rolled oats. Let me just find one and break into it so we can look at the crumb. Look at that. Look at that. My son will be happy with this. It's moist, right? Oh my goodness. I've surprised myself, because you know what? It's a fairly new recipe, and this is not my specialty for baking, right? I really am a full gluten baker. if you've checked on the channel, we actually don't focus on the health stuff. I think my motto is everything in moderation. I don't eat a lot of cake, but it doesn't also mean I don't like cake. Okay, a bit of cake is fine. I mean, if you're having cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's a bad idea. But a bit of cake never hurt nobody. Okay, so we preach moderation over here. But I'm a full unhealthy baker. Okay, having said that, who is judging unhealthy? Who? Okay, look, this is my own inner dialogue, that like I'm letting my intrusive thoughts come to light. That said, this recipe right here isn't my own. The original recipe I picked up online, and then I baked it before. So if you check on the channel, there are 2 versions of the original recipe. I actually created a live tutorial like this one, and then we talked about all that involves this, the intention. It was actually a very long detailed tutorial, and then I clipped it, and then I created a short a pre-recorded video with that, and that was just so that anybody who couldn't sit through the live could still have access to the information. So there are 2 versions of the same video, and yeah, I thought I would just replace a key ingredient, in which case instead of using maple syrup, which was the original recipe, I would just swap that for dates. So the sugar here is dates and banana. Now, it's not a super sweet kind of cake. It's like if you're into savory, healthy, wholesome breakfast, this could be it. So if you took, this is how I serve it to my son, for instance. By morning, when it cools and sets, it's a very rich, moist cake. But it has no element of sweetness. It's almost like, I wouldn't say it's like bread, because the texture is still very much a muffin, but it doesn't give you like, it's like a cake without sugar, if you like a banana bread without sugar. So the taste is very different if you're very used to processed and refined sugar. But what you can do is, if you had this with some fruits on the side, or you sprinkled some maple syrup, that will be great. For me, I have it with a little, say if I took 1, cut it into 2, I spread a bit of Nutella on the top, just so that it makes it better tasting, with a better mouthfeel for my son to have. But it's very, very wholesome. I'm really, really, really happy with that. I wasn't sure, especially replacing a key ingredient with the dates, and yet it's turned out so well. Okay, so Canary King, do you bake? Because this is what you call specialty baking. Yeah, Chris, the ingredients, look. Chris, if you check well, after this live, right, go back. I think my most immediate live is the sticky toffee pudding. The one before that. The good thing is that if you go on the homepage and you click on live, all the lives do have thumbnails. So you will see this a version of this that I made, and it's the same recipe. I just swapped the maple syrup for dates, and I will be updating the description box perhaps later, because after tonight, when I'm done with this live, I have to wash up, tidy, and then set up for the morning school time. So I may not be able to update the description box with all the information needed, but when I say I will sort it out, believe me, I will. So check back in or check on the previous video, and you'll have all the information there. If you like to bake and you like healthier snacks, this might be a good option for you, because my son loves toast in the morning, and the processed bread isn't super healthy at all. So I am just trying to introduce some child-friendly, healthier options for him to have, which is what has led me here. Marcel, oh, thank you. Dates and banana, yes. Anna, dates and banana, yeah. So Canary King, yeah. So when I update it, you can check it out. I think on top of my head, actually, I think I have the recipe. The adaptations I made. So there is 290 grams of dates. So the dates are medjool dates. So if you want to know the recipe, that's what I'm just giving you now. There is the medjool dates. Actually, yeah, there's the medjool dates. I chop them, but I suppose you can. The medjool dates just tend to be sweeter and easier to work with. So there's about 290 grams of those that are like blended. I blend, what I do is I chop them, leave them in hot water, and then they mash up. A quarter of a teaspoonful of baking soda in there, and then 5 grams of coffee, like a teaspoonful of coffee. And the coffee is used to kind of enhance the chocolate, that's all. So when you add the water, blend the quantity of dates. You should have a full 290 grams of blended dates. There is 275 grams of, you can make it 300 grams of oats flour. The oat flour, you can buy them, but I milled these myself, right? I got myself rolled Quaker oats, and then I tipped them. So these are whole grain. So this is what makes this healthy. You have whole grain rolled oats, and instead of buying them, I have a meal, as in a NutriBullet meal, and then I milled them and then sifted bits out of it, and it means you have a more coarse, but you have the full nutrient base, and for the muffin, if you like. So that's with the cocoa powder. The cocoa powder is the I bought these, yeah. So cocoa powder and the rolled oats milled together, you have about 350 grams together. You can do 275 rolled oats flour and 75 grams of cocoa powder. Depends on how intense you want them to be. If you don't want it to be too intense, then you can reduce it. But whatever it is, it should be 350. And then there is 130 mils of oil. I think you're looking at about will that be a cup or half a cup or something? 130 mils. And then the banana worked out 135. That's 2 small bananas. And then there was 4 large eggs measuring 226 grams. That's all. So if you check back on when the live started, that's, yeah. And it made about 15 muffins, the quantity. So yeah, that's I'm always very surprised when I try something that I'm not expecting. And as it's cooling, all you're getting is just like a lovely dense textured bake. So yeah, somebody's gonna wake up a little bit happier, but that is just by the way. So yeah, Canary King, thank you. I hope you found the information useful, and hopefully you can try the muffins.